Hello, welcome back to Creative Companion. I'm trying somewhat of a different approach this week because I like to paint, but I don't always make the time for it. So I figured during these artist talks I could do something artistic, although I think my director, my audience, my words are geared more towards musicians and writers, but I mean, all creativity applies. Today I wanted to talk about matrix roadblocks, and this is, I'm gonna choose green here because it reminds me of the movie. But what I'm trying to say here is that, so you finally decide to get up and make a song, and what I wasn't aware of is that the second you decide to pursue something creative, I started calling these matrix roadblocks, because I'm like, there isn't any way that this is happening to me right now. Like, this technical issue, this page that doesn't load, this I'm so mature. I think fart noises are funny. Anyways, the page that doesn't load, the wires that you can't figure out how everything connects, you can't figure out how to use a certain plugin you just downloaded. So I call all of these matrix roadblocks that you have to get past, because sometimes, for some reason, it's not as easy as just pressing record, although sometimes it can be. But I've ran into technical issues that sometimes that ends up taking like 2 hours of my time trying to figure out how everything plugs in, how to use new software. Oh, it's purple. I thought it was gray. No, I think it is gray. My line isn't that great. But just so I am not skipping out on anything. I like that. So I wrote it down. When you finally break down your creative block, there is what I call them, like how I just said, a matrix roadblock. The tech issues, this is the sirens that start wailing outside, your phone dies, the Wi-Fi is slow. And the reason why I use the metaphor of like the Matrix, because all of a sudden you're like Neo trying to awaken to your creative powers, and there is an annoying technical issue that you have to get past. But if you just remember that this is part of your creative process, because it's still part of your creative process. I've always thought that these roadblocks are kind of a waste of time, but they are not a waste of time because they teach me how to be patient. And there have been times where I'm trying to align myself with my higher self. I'm trying to be like Neo, awakening to my creative powers, and there will be something that isn't necessarily creative that I have to figure out. So I just want to tell you, be ready for the technical issue. Be ready for the person that tells you, no, you can't record footage here, you can't do that shit here. Be prepared for the dogs barking outside while you're trying to record, because that's happened to me. Be prepared for the ambulance that decides to pass by, especially for all these home studio people. What else do I have here for you? Yeah, choose patience, choose problem solving. My creative tool of the week for you will be, if you aren't using AI, you don't have to use it creatively. I don't, but you can use it technically. This is where AI can really help you, because if you're recording music at home, then you don't have to fish through 1,000 YouTube videos of how to use a plugin or how to get all your gears connected right. You can just ask ChatGPT, and you don't have to go through any annoying ads. You don't have to read 10,000 blogs. You don't have to watch 10,000 videos. You can just ask ChatGPT, how do I use this software? How do I get all this gear connected right? Like, and I'm telling you this because it's helped me tremendously, because I like that. It's helped me tremendously because I engineer all of my music, and when I started using ChatGPT to help me out, I mean, my process just got a lot easier, that I could focus on being more creative, because I know that if I ask ChatGPT, it's more than likely going to give me a direct answer. Sometimes it does take you through loopholes, because I'm like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But sometimes I'm like, oh, that's relevant. Yes, thank you for helping me out. But yeah, use ChatGPT for technical purposes. You don't have to use it creatively, and see what happens. What can I plug in? Oh, I have a song that came out. It is called Adulting, and I also wanted to plug in the David Cho show, because you need to be watching other creative people, and if you don't have a physical creative community, then you can find that community online. I've been enjoying a lot of his videos, because although he is a visual artist, I still find it relevant to me. Well, I'm not a visual artist, but I guess I can be sometimes, but my primary outlet is music and writing. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I mean, if you want to stick around and watch me finish this, I'm just kind of doodling. Yeah, and tell your friends about this channel, subscribe, because this would actually be really cool to do live and, doodle while I'm talking to y'all and chatting. But yeah, don't let those technical issues stop you from being creative or actually recording your projects, because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, fuck this computer, fuck these gears that I don't know, all these wires that I don't know what connects to what and what input goes where, and I'm just like, fuck this shit, but that's why it's another block. It's a matrix roadblock, because you're trying to connect to your higher self, and naturally there is something for some reason that wants to get in your way. But if you view it as a lesson, it's never a waste of time. I always thought it was a waste of time, but it's not. I'm sorry I feel like I got louder than usual today, but it's because I feel pretty passionate about this topic, because there is a lot of frustration that comes with trying to record music, and especially when you're trying to do it on your own. But you can't let that stop you. That's why you should go home and use ChatGPT in your favor despite the negative sentiment, and you will see how it helps you out. I've actually been enjoying painting or just scribbling on these, using my pastels actually, because I don't have to be so perfect. And with my music, I try to be so perfect, and I try to hit the notes, and I want the tempo to be right. So I would recommend having, if you're a musician or a writer, I would recommend having or taking up another creative hobby where you don't have to be so serious. Like, I love doing this shit because I'm not gonna sell it, and I can just be myself here. I can be messy, and I can be imperfect, and I love that shit. And eventually it does translate to my music, because then I'm like, wait, maybe I don't have to be so perfect. Maybe I don't have to get the perfect vocal, and maybe I don't have to have the timing so perfectly. Maybe it is just about the heart that I put into it, it'd actually be nice to actually talk to some of y'all in person. I know y'all seem to like my other music video, but yeah, I'm in Texas, so if any of y'all are near, hit me up. Yep, this is Creative Companion. I will see y'all next week. I don't need to see the finished product, so this is so fun. Unless y'all want to see the finished products, the product. It's kind of booty, but fuck it. Voila, Picasso. Here, y'all want to see? Inspired by your Matrix roadblock. Well, I could show y'all something that I actually enjoyed that I made, that it's like the logo for this page. This is called Creative Block. You see how something negative can be turned into something positive? Okay, bye.